Life has always its own plans. It's never worked according to our plans and thinkings. God has made everything that will happen on its time. Nothing can be done or happen before the time which God has chosen for the work to be done. Marriage is a part of our life which has to take place in our lives. But when? When it's the time comes. Theon is a boy with small dreams. He always thinks that why do we have a big dreams when small dreams and things can give you joy? But reality is a little bitter. He always tries to cheer himself up and remind himself of those small wishes and dreams he had in his heart to fulfill. He lived a life of loneliness. He has no friend. He lived in a huge family of three brothers and parents. It is said that the relation of siblings is like friends, and their bond with each other is like buddies, that they share, care, and love each other. But not in Theon's case. He was the brother of their brothers, of them which they could call friends. He was like a burden to his family form. The reason which made his parents hate him, they never paid attention to Theon, not even his father to his. Theon's mother always insulted him that with this face who will marry him. And here Theon found himself broken. Every day his mother taunted him, scolded him, but Theon never showed his broken pieces of heart to his mother or to anyone. He worked all day like a maid. He was an expert cook. Everyone loved his cooking, but not him. He talks softly to everyone. He has no importance to anyone, not in his family, not in cousins. And this was because of his mother made all this for Theon. She created all this. As a friend, Theon never had. He just passed his high school. He never went to college. He didn't know how to make friends. In school, when he was in 8th class, he found a boy. He thought that he was his friend, but he just made fun of his foolish. After that, Theon never tried to make friends. So Theon was living a life in which he has no one to take care of him, no one who loved him, not friends, not brothers, not parents, no one was there. He was broke down in tears at night in his room for his to lighten the pain of his heart. Theon's room was the place where he was always found relief. His room was his small world for him, where he had hidden his wishes and dreams. He was waiting for the day, that one day when he will find someone who will accept him as his everything by his inner beauty. He will give all the dreams and the wishes to him and ask him to live these dreams and fulfill them with me and for me. But destiny has its own plans. Theon was in his worlds of imagination about a person who will accept him with his heart, but his parents was thinking something else. 2 years ago, Theon's aunt migrated from Seoul. Their mother was very happy as her sister was going to stay near her. Now she could see her sister of her whenever she wanted. Jenny was the daughter of Miss John. Jenny was engaged to Theon's big brother Kai. After Mrs. John shipped along with her family, they all decided to talk about the marriage of Kai and Jenny. One day, Miss John and his husband visited their house to talk about marriage. Marriage was done with all the rituals. Jenny was now in Theon's house. Everyone prized her beauty of her. Theon tried to be friendly with her, but as she saw the cold attitude of his family toward him, she also kept the behavior cold with it. Theon's hope of her to found a friend is now broken. He was once again left alone in the crowd. Time of 2 years passed. Jenny was now pregnant. Trey was the same, alone and unhappy. In all these years, Theon's parents tried to Lord find a man to whom they could marry Thay. Theon's parents were very depressed. Thay was like a burden to them. In these days, Jenny's brother came to Seoul. He did not attend the wedding of his sister because he was out of the country. He was a well-known businessman. Being a wealthy man with a good look, he was a good man by heart. Their mother was a cunning woman. When she saw Jungkook, her mind started working and decided to marry Theon with Jungkook as she was not going to bear the burden of Theon anymore. Their mother very getting impatient to marry Taeyong with Jungkook. She did not want to lose him. One day, she got an opportunity to talk to Jenny. Jenny, I was thinking that your brother is well educated and now settled down in his life for him, so he should marry now. What do you think, Jenny? Yes, Amma, Jungkook Uppa is settling down in his life. Mom talked to him several times about marriage, but he always said not now, not now. Yeah, but now is the right time for him to get married. Jenny, yes, mom was saying that this time she is not gonna spare him and she will not let him go until he tell us when and to whom he will marry. Jenny explained while laughing. Miss Kim, I was thinking, Jenny. Miss Kim come to the point and Jenny turned to her with full attention. Miss Kim, why did not we tie Jungkook and Tae in a knot? They are perfect for each other. What do you think? Miss Kim waited for Jenny reply, for who was shocked on what she just heard. Jenny, are you serious? Jenny asked. Miss Kim, of course I am serious. No, they are not perfect for each other, and Jungkook will never agree to this proposal. Have you ever seen Tae? Do you think he is suitable for my brother? Please don't try to throw him in my brother's life. Jenny ended the conversation by standing up. You will regret this. If my son stayed his parents' house, then you will see yourself in your parents' house. Miss Kim sat with anger in her eyes, which left Jenny shocked. Miss Kim talked about her proposal of marriage with her sister, and her answer was same. No. When Jungkook know about it, he gets angry and left to the Seoul immediately. After he went to Seoul, Kai and Miss Kim start taunting and scrolling Jenny every time Kai's behavior changed with Jenny. Kai scrolled her on small thing every time she was getting taunts from her husband and mother-in-law. Jenny was actually forced to convince her brother of her for marriage or else she can go back to the parents of her house. Jenny was shocked and surprised to see the sudden change in the behavior of husband and his mother-in-law. Jenny was helpless. In all this, Theon was the one who didn't want all this. Sometimes he hated himself because he was caused so much trouble for everyone around him. Theon prayed to God help him and give him that he think is the best for him. With every prayer of him, he asked happiness of his brother and parents of his. Theo asked God to give him what he think is best for him. Then God gave him the man who is best for him, John Jungkook. Life was very unexpected for me. It's never gave me what I want. I want my parents, their love, but it seems like I was born orphanage. I had parents, but what does parents mean? I never knew. Since childhood, I yearned of their love, but I was unknown to them. Words would not be enough to describe the feeling when your own brother look at you like you have a dangerous disease. In my life, I was alone, longed of the love of my brothers and parents. But I was burdened with them since the day I was born. Now they were being me as unwanted person. When all of the sudden Jenny's brother jumped in it. I didn't know how mom decided all this. She started to think about me and Jungkook marriage, but I was not mad. I knew the reality was what when he was and what I was. He was a moon and I was nothing. But my mom was clamping then for this marriage. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want anyone to expect me forcefully. Jenny was forced and pressurized to call her brother to marry me, or else she could go to her parents' house. I was feeling helpless. I never want to be entered in anyone's life without his wish and this. I also didn't want to drain the happiness of Jenny. Being a boy, I also had small dreams. I also want to be loved. I want someone to care about me. I wish for a person who will love me, care about me. I didn't want to enter anyone's life like an unwanted thing. And my brother parents was going to make me marry a person who is not interested in it. And why would he? What do I have? I had no looks, no beauty, no well educated, not a social one. I was too simple, a boy who could not be a dream of boy of anyone. Jenny discussed her problem of being forced to make her brother agree to the marriage with her parents. They also become worried about it. They come to talk about it, but my mom doesn't listen to them and threaten them about their daughter future. My mom really become cruel person at that point. I was feeling so helpless. I was like a burden which was now could not be taken a lot by their parents and they want me to throw out of their lives. As the situation was become, Jungkook was called by their work by him and the whole situation was told to him. He became very worried. I had tried to talk about these issues to my brother, but nobody paid any attention. I want to do something, but I was not one who has no rights to speak. After 2 weeks of Jungkook's arrival, he came to our house and talked to my parents one last time to solve these issues. And he told them that he could not marry me, but my mother was not expecting clinging people. So here she did the same. After visiting our house, he took time of 2 days to think, and after 2 days, Miss John came. So what do you think? What's your decision? My mom asked, and I come out of the kitchen to listen their conversation. Well, as I told you that it's Jungkook life, and the decision will be his own. So what's the decision of Jungkook then? My mom asked. Miss John. He agreed. He said he will marry Theon. They Aunt said in defeated tone, and I hid myself in the kitchen and closed my eyes as I know how and why he agreed. Really, congratulations, sister, my mom said happily without noticing her sister's condition. And there in the kitchen, I was crying off my bed. So the marriage will be next month. It's Jungkook's condition because he has some work to settle. They Aunt informed my mother, and I sat there on the ground crying on what's happening. Once again, my fate was playing with me. Once again, my fate was throwing me into someone's life who does not want me. Once again, I was going to unwanted person of someone. I was going again to be unloved, unwanted, and useless person. My fate was playing with me again. Again, my patience was going to test. Again, I was going to earn tears instead of happiness. Miss Kim, next month will be perfect. I start the preparation. My mom became excited. For 1 second, I thought this happiness and excitement is because of my marriage getting rid of me. And then I smiled clearly and myself as now I am getting myself who was born to suffer. And of course, my mom was getting happy because she was getting rid of me. The wedding day. A month passed was fast. All the preparation was done. The day has come of my marriage. I had a lot of dreams about this day. I thought this day was most beautiful, but it doesn't give me pleasure and happiness. I thought, and the reason was then I was entering someone's life without his wish of his. I was unwanted person of my parents, and now I was going to unwanted person of for my would be husband.